What's up, guys? My name's Diachronic Heroes here in this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be going over the top 5 weapon concepts for Destiny 2 right now. It has a lot of Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 concepts. I was looking through the internet the other day, and something caught my eye on the Bungie forums of this cool, epic-looking crossbow, and then it just started a series of Googling different concept images of people making their own concepts for different weapon arts for Destiny and Destiny 1, and I just got so enamored by how many different ones. I mean, there were hundreds that I decided to combine and show off a whole bunch of cool ones that I thought were cool. I'll name down my top 5 in this video, as well as I'll leave a bunch of honorable mentions that I have in my folder of other types of stuff at the very end for you guys to see. And of course, let me know what you guys think of this top 5. If you have some other cool concepts, make sure you leave in the comments down below. Some other concepts for weapons, perhaps their functions as well as their aesthetics. You can also link some stuff. However, a lot of these links will be banned. I'll try to allow a lot of these links to go through. And if you do end up liking this video, make sure you leave a like down below so other people can see this, other people can comment, and other people can share their ideas. And of course, subscribe for more top 5s in the future. I'm going to be planning on doing these once a week, every Saturday, maybe moving on to twice a week, because there's so many cool little fun things, and I love doing top 5s. So without further ado, let's get into it. So in the number 5 position, we have this cool kind of triple hand cannon design. Now, these are obviously 3 different hand cannon designs, but what I thought was really cool here is the type of story that seems to be coming from it. This almost seems like 3 different types of Hive weapons. It's very evil looking, lots of spikes, lots of chrome, lots of weird little things on them. The symbols to the right as well as the top left look very Hive-like, and the things that I like really most about this is it almost seems like there's 3 different factions inside of the Hive. Now, if any of you have actually played other games like StarCraft, you'll know that there's not always just a central mind behind every alien race that everyone follows. There's always people that are battling, like in the Fallen, for example, there's different houses that battle each other. Why not in the Hive? Now, obviously, Oryx is down, so maybe there's going to be new kings, new princes. Now, obviously, this could be like Oryx, Crota, and the Dark Prince. His name is not Ra's al Ghul, I forget the name of him. The one that down below with the weird helmet that we did in the Taken King. You know what I'm talking about. Maybe there's different factions that fight for power. Maybe Crota will try to take out Oryx and become the king, and then the Dark Prince will try to fight back. And I think that these weapons really show off the different concepts that could be behind them. Perhaps there's 3 different factions in the new DLC that you have to go fight or take sides with, and they'll award you different weapons, different armors. They have different themes as well as different weapon uses. Perhaps, you know, number 1, Oryx is all about damage. Number 2 is more about fire rate. Number 3 is, you know, Dark Prince with ammo capacity. I don't know. Maybe there's a weird kind of theme. I'm thinking more Borderlands style of manufacturers. But they all look very interesting, very unique. One is very nashy. One, number 3 has has the ammo up top that feeds down. Lots of cool things. I know, kind of running on away with this stuff, but definitely a lot of cool things could be used on this, and more ideas could be thought of in the future. Coming up at number 4 is going to be the Silver Millennium. This is one of the only ones that actually have a full workup of how it's used, the motto, the different perks on it. First off, this weapon looks dope. Look at the engraving, the embossing, the white and gold look to it. This definitely could have been placed in the Curse of Osiris, and people would have thought that it belonged. It looks very much like the Vex Precursor or Ascendance or Descendant kind of look to it. It looks very much like the marble with a little bit of gold lining. It looks awesome. Lots of cool little parts. I especially love the stock on it. I think it looks really cool. The barrel is a little odd. I don't know how exactly that works, but it definitely looks interesting. And of course, the perks. Basically, this is one of those explosive weapons. You shoot it and it makes a little explosion on the ground. You can charge it to make a larger explosion where you shoot it. Definitely could be a nice heavy weapon to use against pre-shot in corners, perhaps. I definitely think this is something interesting, very fun, and the fact that it has all these details on it definitely inspires different ideas for other weapons in the future. Coming up at number 3 is not specifically this Hake weapon, is more over the kind of concept behind patterns on weapons. Now, in Call of Duty in the past, there's always been this, you gotta earn your camos to be able to get better camos and bigger camos, and this reminds me of one of these, I think it was called Ronin in Black Ops 2. This camo that you can pretty much put on any weapon once you've earned it, and it looks super dope, and I loved how it applied to the weapon. It looked interesting, and I'm thinking maybe in Destiny 2 in the future, instead of just having shaders, there can also be a set of patterns. Now, right now, there are patterns in the game you can apply to weapons. Some of them make it kind of camo-like, which kind of looks bad in my opinion. Some of them give it kind of texture, like for example, Metro Shift gives this kind of cross-hashing texture on it, as well as the shininess to it. They really do kind of have patterns in the game that are very minimal. However, I think in the future they could do something more special like this thing to make it very bright, and you can put these things on many different types of weapons. Maybe have this type of dragon and twisting serpent design on armors. I think would be incredibly cool looking and very dope, not just as an ornament for a single type of weapon, but something that you can put on many weapons that could look really freaking awesome. Perhaps a raid reward could be something like this. And of course, many different types of ideas could be applied. Maybe like a Halloween, jack-o'-lantern type of shaders you can put on, Christmas type of shaders. Lots of different things that we can do with this, and I would really like to see this coming forward in the future. Coming up at number 2 is going to be this weird type of fallen weapon. Now this looks very reminiscent to the fuel rod back in the Halo days. It's obviously not shoulder mounted. You can see the stock along the back as well as where you put your hand. It's definitely going to be one of those stock weapons where you put it against your shoulder and fire it like a rifle. However, if you do notice, it's not one of those weapons that just is a bullet. It's not going to be those standard shot weapons, because it's got a lot of these orange brown like surfaces that are clearly blast resistant. Now this could be because it is an explosive weapon. It could be that it's a kind of railgun type of weapon. Maybe this weapon could be like the Fallen's equivalent to the Sleeper Stimulant. Maybe not exactly the same way, maybe with needles that it shoots out that track the target like the Needler, or something more interesting, more fun, maybe like a lava type of spewing weapon. Maybe this is a flamethrower. I'm not too sure, but definitely would be very good with the theme of the kind of blast resistant, heat resistant exterior, as well as the bottom section, which I thought was very interesting, that they have these little round metal parts, maybe for where the ammo goes in each one of those sections. They all, like when you reload, it just goes and all flies out the side. I think would look kind of cool. But I don't know, definitely interesting things here. Reminds me of the Lord of Wolves, and as well as the Fuel Rod, and I definitely think that's something, a whole line of weapons could be made after this. And coming up, number 1 in my favorite top 5 weapons is gonna be Guardian Unity Nemesis. Now, obviously, I'm not too sure what it has to do with Guardian Unity Nemesis. Maybe there's a theme that can be done with this, but this weapon is just beautiful. You got this nice chrome finish, you got this epic design in the bottom section of the grip area, you've got these little cross hatches near the front, you've got a laser sight on the front. In the back section, you can see this kind of like warp core engine drive in the back where you can put oscillating energy. Okay, I haven't watched enough Star Trek to know the terminology here, but it looks like an energy type weapon. Could be, again, Sleeper Stimulant style kind of weapon, especially considering that Sleeper Stimulant looked very similar to this weapon. It could be one of those kind of Spartan lasers, shoots out a laser, bounces maybe towards the enemies or around everywhere. Definitely something that could look very fun. Also very interesting pieces to it, like right around the trigger guard, there's a swooping section on the bottom. The stock to the energy section has a weird little swooping section. And of course, it looks very weighted on the left and very light on the right, which makes it, again, more interesting. A sight on the top. This weapon, it looks gorgeous. It has many different applications that it could use, and it's well made. There's lots of cool little things on it. For example, the lever, the action there on the side. I don't know the terminology that well, but on the action lever thing, it's actually there. Like, it looks like a real weapon, and it looks like something that you could use in the game that would look usable. But anyways, that's the video for you guys today. I hope you guys did enjoy. Again, if you did like it, make sure you leave a like down below, and let me know in the comments down below your ideas for top 5s, maybe similar to this or not, or perhaps your ideas of what you thought were a better gun concept. Let me know in the comments down below. I'll try to release or unban the comments with links in them, because the links will obviously be automatically removed, but try to leave it down below, and I'll see what I can do, and I'll check them out, because I definitely want to see more concepts, because they were so cool to go down. But anyways, that's been the video for you guys today. I hope you guys did enjoy. My name's been Chronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.